All right, guys, listen, I am so super excited today because we have a very special treat. Now, I absolutely love sharing new music with you guys and new artists. Now, even though this young lady has been in the gospel industry for a while, she has been singing with some of our favorite gospel artists as well as artists of other genres as well. But she is here today with brand new solo music. And so I'm so excited to talk to none other than Miss Candy West. How are you, ma'am?
Hello, Chandra. Thank you so much for having me on. I am doing very well, thank you.
Now, Candy, I have been following you for years, and I think I know you best from singing with Kirk Franklin, and you've been doing that for a while. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Almost 20 years.
Wow, so 20 years with Kirk. That's amazing. That makes for a great career in itself. But you have had the privilege and the blessing to be able to sing behind many great artists. Tell us a little bit about some of the artists that you have had the pleasure to share the stage with.
Yes, ma'am. I got started with God's Property. You remember the choir God's Property with Stomp and so many amazing hits that Kirk Franklin wrote for us as a choir. So started with God's Property, went from there, started singing with Kirk Franklin and the Family. New Nation, One Nation Crew. I traveled and toured with Mary, Erykah Badu, Patti LaBelle. Oh my goodness, the list can go on and on and on. Of course, singing with Myron Butler. I'm the featured lead on Set Me Free, and on several of the records that he's done. I've done featured leads on that. Worked with Myron Sapp on his past 5 albums. Tamala Mann. Working with her on a few of her albums. Currently in the studio with her, working on her new project. And so it's just been an amazing journey, being exposed to a great level of excellence in the music industry and working with some of the top artists of gospel music and R&B and soul music. So it's definitely been a privilege for me to grow and have this experience. So over, like I said, a span of 20 years, you name it, I've probably been there or have had that experience.
And I follow you on social media. Now tell me if I'm correct. Didn't I see you doing something with Snarky Puppy?
Yes, ma'am. I am one of the singers for myself, my sister, and Michelle C. Wright. We're the 3 background singers that will be featured on Snarky Puppy's new Family Dinner 2 album, which is coming out, I believe, in February. And I'm really excited about that. You know, Snarky Puppy is kind of like a jazz, funk fusion band, and they won a Grammy last year, which was amazing. The people they beat out in the R&B category was unreal. And we're expecting another Grammy with this particular project. They were also nominated for a project they did with the symphony overseas, entitled Silva. So that's a great experience too. It's different, and I love just the fact that God allows me to have some diversity, you know, and be able to experience some different things and not be locked into one little area of music.
And, you know, I think that says so much about not only your skill, but your professionalism, that God does allow you to have that diversity in your career to be able to stand on any stage to get those phone calls, those bookings. So congratulations on a great career, and we know that there is much more to come.
Thank you so much.
So, Candy, listen, after such a vast career, over 20 years in music, singing with some of the biggest artists in the world, now you are here to talk about your very own music, your solo music. How did you know that it was time for you to step out front and time for you to share your voice with the world?
Well, I had been feeling like it was coming at some point. I felt like I would really do a project for real in 2016. I'm also part of a group called Grace that is on Bishop Jake's label. I'm one of the worship leaders at the Potter's House of Dallas. And so I was like, okay, God, I have a lot of irons in the fire. I can wait. You know, I can put my own desire to do an album on the back burner because I want the timing to be right. And when the Lord spoke to me in August, and this is how God works. He spoke to me in August and told me to do it. You know, like I had to get it done before the end of 2015. And me trying to bargain with God, because we cool like that. I was just like, Lord, I'd rather wait. I feel like I'll have a little bit more time next year, and the Lord told me to put a date to it, make it happen, and trust Him. And when I tell you that recording came together I could not have done it, Chandra, the way that it was done. It was so excellent. It was so professional. Everyone that the experience of worship was just beyond my ability. I know that it was God. I felt like it was timing, like it was like God put his thumbprint of approval on it, because it was like, this is my time for you to do this. It wasn't just me doing it because I want to do it and I have all the money. I didn't have everything that I felt like I needed, but God did it. He made it happen. All I wanted to do was just be obedient, get the music done, and do my part to see it come to pass. But it was amazing, and I am so excited about this body of work. I really am.
Now, of course, we want all of the details. Tell us who you worked with, producers, songwriters. Did you do any writing? Tell us what we can expect from this project.
Well, I will say that this is my first album that I produced. Myself, Deanna's Cook, and Myron Butler, the three of us are producing this record together. Myself and Deanna did the heavy lifting for the recording. Myron's helping with the post-production and making sure that all the bells and whistles are in place, that the record is complete, and that it sounds, and it already, even without being super polished and the mixing done, it sounds incredible. So that from a producer standpoint, like I said, it's myself, Deanna's Cook, Myron Butler producing this record. And from a songwriter standpoint, I have some songs written by Shanika Burrell, who wrote Bless This House by Dorinda Clark Cole, who also Shanika happens to be my best friend. We worked with Kirk for many, many years together. So it was an honor to have her, write something for this project. I've co-written songs for this record. Myron Butler's writing a song for this record. I got a song from a writer from Birmingham named Edward Smith. He's written for Mignon, Bolton, and several artists. So it's just Darius Dixon from The Voice. He was on this season of The Voice. Well, his name on The Voice was Darius Scott, D. Scott. He wrote a couple of songs for this album. So it's a great mix of songwriters, including myself, for this project. And the record is diverse as well, but it still works and blends very well. It's very cohesive.
And we cannot wait. I can't wait to play this for our listeners. So, guys, listen, make sure that you stay tuned. Now, Candy, I had the opportunity to actually sit in a session that you were instructing. It was at a conference in Birmingham, and you shared so many of your own experiences, so many things regarding professionalism in gospel music throughout your vast career. So share with our listeners some of the lessons that you have learned throughout your career that have helped you the most.
Oh, man. One of the biggest lessons I've learned is, humility is key. And having a good rapport with people, that really, really, I could tell you that, the basis of my career has been having a good rapport with people and people really, gravitating to your personality, not having a diva mentality, not having an entitled mentality, getting the job done, being professional, being approachable. Those things really, really matter for the life of an artist, the longevity of an artist, the longevity of a singer, the longevity of a musician, the longevity of a writer, anyone that wants to be in any facet of the music industry. Having a good rapport with people, being professional, like I said, being reachable, not being entitled, those things will take you a very, very long way, because the very opposite of that is a great way to have a very short-lived career. And so I'm very grateful that God has blessed me to be able to create great relationships over the years with people just by being personable, being kind, being polite, very simple things that people remember when you meet them or when they work with you.
And as we said, guys, you can see her name in the credits of some of our favorite gospel artists. So we're so excited about this brand new music from Candy. But before we wrap up, Candy, what is it that you want our listeners to know about you and your ministry?
Well, first and foremost, I want people to know that I love God. Like, I really, really do. And it's humbling and it's an honor to know that He loves me so much. And I really try to pour that love out whenever I minister, whenever I get to impart into people. I really try to pour my love out, for him, and that people can feel my heart for God. And I really want people to be inspired and impacted in some way by my life, by my journey, by my experiences. And I'm very unselfish to share and to let people into my experiences. I periscope a lot. My friends laugh at me because I periscope a lot, but so many people are impacted by it when I do share, when I'm in the studio or when I'm encouraging somebody about choices and decisions that they have to make with their life or with their music or their ministry, because I've been there. I know what it was like to want to have somebody to pour into you and they not take the time. And then the total opposite, to have people that didn't know me that well, that didn't know of my gift that well, to take the time and pour into me and impart to me what a difference that made in my life. And so I am very, very adamant about doing that every chance that I get, being able to share, being able to encourage, being able to inspire. So that's really my heart in a nutshell. I don't proclaim to be an amazing singer. I don't proclaim to be the best, but I want to be the best for God. I want my heart to really reflect him in the best way, and I want my gift. I want people to be. I want to leave an imprint with my ministry. Like I said, I don't care about being the one who has the best runs and to be the most skillful, but I want my heart and my love for God and how I minister to leave an imprint on people's hearts.
Now, guys, listen, make sure that you follow Candy on all social media. Can you give everybody all of your information?
Oh, yes. On Instagram, you can find me, The Candy West, THE Candy West, and that's Candy with a Y. On Twitter, I'm at Candy West, CandyWest. It's the same thing on Periscope. Please follow me. You never know who I'm going to be with or where I'm going to be and who's going to be there. So it's just good to follow and check me out on Periscope. I have a fan page, a music page on Facebook, and Candy West on Facebook. So you can find me there as well. So please follow me, say hello, and all that good stuff.
Now let everybody know once again when the full album will be available.
The album Candy West Live will be available April 8th. So stay tuned. The promotions will be rolling out really, really soon. And I'm just excited for you guys to connect with this music.
All right, guys, so we are about to take a listen to the brand new single coming from Miss Candy West. This is Turnaround right here on the